We're visiting with Mustang head soccer coach TJ Buchholz as the Mustangs prepare for their 2013 season opener against Fort Hays State on Friday and then Nebraska Kearney on Sunday. And Coach, you've had a couple of weeks of fall camp. Kind of give an update how things have gone so far here in the first couple of weeks as you try to blend this new team together here in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround when you start in the fall. It's you got to kind of get things going as quickly as possible. So I think for us, we've seen some really good things in the practice setting, but it doesn't matter how you practice. We'll see how it all comes together this weekend when we play our first two games.
Of course, last season they made major strides again to getting more victories than the program has had in quite some time, and obviously you're not satisfied with that. A lot of close games last year, 1-goal losses. And what are some of the things that you guys can kind of do to overcome those close losses and make those victories here in 2013?
Yeah, I think, for us, it's just taking that next step. I mean, we lost a lot of games by 1 goal last year, had a very young team. So for us, can they make that next step? That's the challenge that we put to our team. They've got to be able to compete probably for 90 minutes. I think at times we had good halves, but maybe not a complete game. And I think if we can put together complete games, we'll be more successful, hopefully, on the win side. But it takes a lot of work. Takes a little luck down the road, too. So you've got to have some things go your way. But, we'll see. I mean, again, I think we have some really good tests coming up, and we'll kind of see how that shakes out.
Well, of course, last year we saw how important depth is to your squad, and you've got 25 players on the roster, and you're always battling some nicks and injuries and that type of thing. But that just shows you, trying to build this program, how you need that depth, and it's going to come through this year because you're going to use a lot of different players.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think last year we felt like we had a good core group, but if we had injuries that are going to take place in the season, we probably weren't as deep. But we feel a little bit better about our depth this year. Of course, like every team right now, I mean, we all have some injuries, some nicks and knacks right now, but we can absorb that a little better this year. So pretty happy with the people we've brought in, and a lot of the progression of our girls from last year. We had such a big freshman class, and some of them maybe weren't ready last year to make a difference, but now they've really stepped in their second year and have really made strides. So for us, we feel very good about our depth and hope to go fairly deep in our bench this year.
Well, obviously the conference very strong again this year, very deep conference with several teams making the NCAA tournament and several others that are right on the verge of making that. But on your non-conference, and not only do you have a tough conference, you play 3 MIAAs in non-conference. That's what you want your program to get to. Is if you're going to come to Southwest, you're going to play the best teams in our region and around the country.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's natural. I mean, for our program, we've talked about if you want to be the best, you got to play the best, and it doesn't get any tougher than playing a great Fort Hays team who made an awesome run at the end of the year last year, made the national tournament, and has even started out this season in good fashion. So I think it's going to be really tough to start out, and especially going on the road to a place like Fort Hays. But I think that you got to play the game, and I think we've challenged our girls to be ready to play on that stage. And I think in order for us to make those steps forward, we've got to get prepared to play a good team like that. Kearney is no slouch either. They had 9-7-2, I think they were last year. So they had a pretty good season, even though we were able to get the best of them last year. They really put it together, especially towards their end of the season. So 2 very tough games to go on the road with this group. We're still a very young team in a lot of ways. We're going to start several sophomores, only 1 senior. So for us, I mean, it's still, this group has to grow up. It's not an excuse, and they've got to be ready for that challenge.
All right, Coach, best of luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you when you get back from down south.
Thank you.